Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Azri. We are from group BA2465B and today we will present about the reason to do gig economy. And this is our team members for the group. Here is the list of content that we will present about. We have introduction, literature review, research methodology, findings and discussion, and conclusion and also recommendation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ibn Samsul. I would like to present about the chapter 1, which is introduction. The gig economy has rapidly expanded just work in structure, involve freelance short-term tasks based on online platforms such as Uber, TaskRabbit, Fiverr, and Upwork. Appeal to students. Many university students use gig work to earn money while managing their academic schedule. It's often flexible and automotive, which make it appeal compared to traditional part-time job. There are a lot of benefits for students in gig economy, such as income support, skill development, and career growth. To consider about the gig work, they also have a lot of benefit. Gig work, for example, gig work typically doesn't offer healthcare, retirement plans, job security, or professional development like full-time job. It also financially unstable because no regular income. The absence of the consistent paycheck can create financial uncertainty for students. It also have a mismatch with career goal, which is gig job often do not align with student academic discipline or future career path, leading to concern about long-term career development. And they also have challenge in gig work, which is unpredictable income, long-term career development, and health and well-being concern. Next, I will talk about problem statement, which is the first is appeal of flexibility. This is because gig work allows students to set their own hours, choose tasks, and work promotion, offering great flexibility. However, this flexibility can lead to inconsistent load work and unpredictable income, make it hard for students to meet their financial goal. Second, we have financial instability. Gig work offer quick cash but often lack the instability of full-time or part-time job. This is because students may struggle with fluent income due to performance change, client demands, and competition from other gig work. Third is mismatch with career goal. Gig work can provide transferable skill, which is communicate and time management, but this may not align with student academic field for future career aspiration. Student in specialized field such as engineer, medical may struggle to find relevant gig work opportunity. And the last one is lack of professional development. This is because gig work often lack mentor, networking opportunity, and career goal, which is can hide the student professional development. Without these sources, students may find it hard to leverage gig work experience for future career opportunity. The next one is research question and research objective. The research question that in this presentation is: what is the impact of flexibility in gig economy works on student academic performance and all over work-life balance? Second, how does participation in the gig economy contribute to student financial independence and income stability? And the last one is, so what extent does gig economy work help students develop skills that are transferable to their future career? And the research objective is to determine the effect of flexibility to students in gig economy. Second, to determine the effect of gain income to student in gig economy. Third, to determine the effect of skill development towards student in gig economy. Last but not least, for introduction in chapter 1, which is significance of study. Gig economy impact on student. The study focused on how gig economy affect college students, help them balance school and financial independence. The first is work-life balance, which is the research will highlight how gig economy job help students manage their time, reduce financial stress, and lead to better work-life balance. The second is long-term financial security, which is the student will examine the gig economy work can provide stable income for student, or if it unpredictable, create risk. And the last one is skill development. It will look at how gig economy helps students with valuable skills like communication, time management, and digital proficiency, which are helpful in future career.
Hi, in this chapter, we will be focusing on the literature review of our study area, which is gig economy. We have decided to conduct a research on why people choose to do gig economy. We choose the reason to do gig economy as our dependent variable. So, we have list out the factor or the independent variable that influence the results of the dependent variables. Based on the table, we can see that there's a few number of independent variables or factors that influence the dependent variables. The first one is the flexibility. There's a few articles that support the flexibility as the reason of why people choose to do gig economy. As example, article from Radoslow 2021 and Sarah 2016. The second factor is gaining extra income. The article from Luca Bulat states that gaining extra income is the reason why people choose to do gig economy. The third factor is skill utilizations. As the article from Alex J.W. mentioned that the ability to utilize and monetize skills is a crucial factor for people to engage gig economy. The article of Tracy Warren stated that work-life balance and income stability is also the reason people do economy. We can conclude that Tracy Warren's factor is almost similar as flexibility and gaining income. On this slide, we will summarize the literature review by choosing the first IV, second IV, third IV that we will be used for our research study. The DV in this study is reason to do gig economy. This focus on the reason behind people's choice to engage in gig work, which are impacted by their social, financial, and personal requirements as stated in a journal by Stewart in 2017. The first IV that we choose is flexibility. As we see, flexibility is one of the factors that driven individuals to do gig economy. It can be described as a capacity to establish their own schedule, choosing assignments that suit to their interests and preserve work-life balance. The second IV that we choose is gaining income. As stated by Lee in 2023, the gig economy provides a viable and alluring option for people that wish to increase their incomes to attaining their financial stability or financial personal goals. And the third IV is skills. The flexible work of gig economy gives people the chance to learn new skills while also allowing them to utilize their existing one in monetary wise, as cited by Beherabi in 2022. So, we're looking at the theoretical framework figures. As we can see that flexibility, gaining income and skills have been listed as the IV that will influence the DV, which is reason to join or do gig economy. Based on the framework, we come up with the three hypotheses that was suggested to guide us for this research study. The first hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between flexibility and reason to do gig economy. The second hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between gaining income and reason to do gig economy. And the third hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between skills and reason to do gig economy. We can conclude that the literature review highlight the significance of the three primary IVs, which are flexibility, gaining income, and skills, plays a crucial role in shaping the dependent variables, which is reason to engage in gig economy.
My name is Nurin Emmeline and I will continue with chapter 3, which is research methodology. In this chapter, I will talk about research design, population and sampling, research measurement and data collection. Next, I will continue with research design. The type of investigation that we use is causal, is to investigate the causal relationship between the IV, which is flexibility, gain income and skills, and the DV, which is the reason why students join gig economy. The design of the study is quantitative approach with a survey as the primary data collection. The degree of interference was used is a non-cognitive setting with a minimal interference with participant daily schedule. The unit of analysis is individual, which respond analyzed independently. And lastly, the time horizon we were using is one time, which is a single cross-sectional survey, ensuring the anonymity and ethical compliance. We move to the population and sampling. The target population is a full-time graduate students from UiTM campus Bandaraya Melaka, which includes students from all semesters and faculty. The criteria is must be registered and must be employed while maintaining a full-time student status in UiTM campus Bandaraya Melaka. The sampling method that we use is probability sampling, which is simple random sampling for ease and fairness, and the target sample size is for 100 students. Next is the measurement. The measurement is to measure the IV, which is flexibility, gain incomes and skill, and the DV, which is the reason why students join the gig economy. We use a close-ended question to save time and improve the response rate. The scale we use are numerical scale for demographic and Likert scale to measure the agreement and disagreement with the statement. The advantages of using the measurement is simple and administered and quick and easy for respondents to complete the survey. The data collection technique. Procedure of data collection is online survey using a Google form that we share via a link. It is only accessible to students that meet the sampling criteria. Additionally, statistical technique that we use in the study is statistical package for social science, which is SPSS, which to collect data for mean, standard deviation, hypothesis testing, and regression. For the data collection process, which contains part A, demographic, part B, the DV, and the part C, DE is the IV. The distribution method we share via WhatsApp group QR codes with both digital and physical on campus. We open the data collection period is in 2 weeks. We also took an ethical consideration, which participants were informed of study goals and provided consent. And the participant was voluntary and anonymous, with no personal data that have been collected.
We have gender as our first demographic analysis. As we can see, the majority of participants were female, making up nearly 80% of the sample, while males constituted just over 20%. This could indicate that women find gig work particularly appealing due to its flexibility and alignment with their lifestyle needs. The dominant age group was 21 until 23 years old, representing 77.8% of the sample. This shows that the gig economy primarily attracts young adults who are likely balancing education, part-time jobs, or other responsibilities. Smaller proportions of respondents were aged 18 until 20 or 24 and above at 10.2% and 12% respectively. When it comes to the regional distribution, more than half of the respondents, 50.9%, were from the southern region, followed by 25.9% from the central region. The remaining respondents were from eastern, which is 15.7%, and northern region 6.5%, with less than 1% from Borneo. This distribution highlights the accessibility and appeal of gig work in urban and suburban areas compared to rural regions. The largest group of respondents were international business students, accounting for 32.4% of the total. This was followed by the students studying human resources, 25%, and office systems, which is 16.7%. Meanwhile, for other programs like finances, marketing, and tourism management had smaller representation. In terms of academic standing, the highest concentration of respondents, which is 41.7%, were in their fifth semester, suggesting that they were nearing the end of the studies. Meanwhile, for the students from the fourth semester, made up with 18.5%, while the rest were distributed across the other semester. Over half of the respondents, 54.6%, reported engaging the gig work regularly. However, 16.7% participated several times a week, and another 16.7% engaged a few times a month. A small group, which is 4.6%, reported participating daily. This shows that while gig work is popular, it's often treated as a supplementary activity rather than a primary source of income. The most common type of gig work was selling products online, with 35.2% of respondents engaged in this. Freelancing came next at 28.7%, followed by the ride-sharing at 21.3%. Delivery services and online tutorials each account for 7.4% respectively. We use Cronbach Alpha to test the reliability of each factor. This metric assesses how closely related a set of items are as a group, with value more than 0.6 indicating a higher reliability. Here are the results. Flexibility. This factor had the highest reliability score with a Cronbach alpha of 0.872. This shows that the question designed to measure the flexibility were highly consistent. It reflects that flexibility is a well-defined concept for respondents and a central motivator for participating in gig work. Meanwhile, for the gaining income, this factor also had a strong reliability score of 0.790, indicating that respondents had a clear and consistent understanding of income generation as a motivator. Earning extra income appears to be an important reason for engaging in gig work. Lastly, the Cronbach alpha for skill was 0.796, which is similarly high. This suggests that respondents view skill building as a coherent and relevant aspects of their participation in the gig economy, even if its role as a motivator was less prominent in later analysis. Overall reliability for reasons to join the economy, the reliability of the combined reasons, which is flexibility, gaining income, and skill score 0.825, which confirms that the questionnaire and its component were highly reliable for measuring the respondents' motivation. The correlation analysis reveals some interesting relationships. First, for the flexibility, this factor shows a strong positive correlation with gaining income, R equals to 0.576, and skills R equal to 0.570. This indicates that individuals who value flexibility are likely to see gig work as an effective way to not only earn income but also develop relevant skills. What's important to note is that these correlations are all significant at the 0.01 level, which means that the relationships are statistically meaningful. This confirms that these three factors are not only interrelated but also central to understanding why people choose to participate in gig work. This emerged as the strongest and most significant predictor of gig economy participation. The beta coefficient for flexibility was 0.385 and the p-value was less than 0.001. This indicates that the respondents who value flexibility are far more likely to engage in gig economy. Flexibility aligns with the gig economy unique appeal of allowing individuals to work on their own terms, accommodating their schedules and also personal needs. Income was the second significant predictor with a beta coefficient of 0.247 and a p-value of 0.039. While its impact is moderate compared to flexibility, it still plays an important role. This finding confirmed that financial incentives are a critical motivator for many gig workers, especially students who may need to supplement their income. Lastly, skills did not emerge as a significant predictor in the regression model with a beta coefficient of 0.118 and a p-value of 0.318. While skills development is positively correlated with gig participation, as seen in the correlation analysis, it is appeared to play a lesser role when considered alongside flexibility and income. This suggests that while some respondents may see gig work as a way to enhance their skills, it is not the primary driver for participation. The overall regression model is statistically significant with an f-value of 25.918 and a p-value of less than 0.001. The model explains 42.8% of the variance in the gig economy participation as indicated by the R-square value. After adjusting for other factors, the adjusted R-square stands at 41.1%, meaning that the three factors together accounts for a substantial portion of the decision to participate in the gig work. Discussion reveals that the flexibility emerged as the primary reason for joining the gig economy, with the highest correlation value R equals to 0.594 with p-value less than 0.01 and the most significant regression coefficient beta with 0.385 and a p-value is less than 0.01. This indicates that the participant highly valued the ability to manage their schedules and balance work with other commitments. Meanwhile, for gaining income, also identified as the second most significant reason for engaging in gig work, with a strong correlation R equals to 0.557 with p-value less than 0.001 and a notable regression coefficient beta with 0.247 with p-value is 0.039. This suggests that financial benefits play a crucial, even though secondary, role in motivating gig economy participation.
Now we have come to the conclusion. This study examines three key factors influencing students' participation in the gig economy, which is flexibility, gaining income, and skill development. Firstly, about flexibility, it allows students to balance their academic, personal, and social commitments while earning a good income. The study has shown that the effect of flexibility on students' going economy are very significant. Gig work stands out for its unparalleled flexibility, allowing students to create schedules that accommodate their academic commitments, personal responsibilities, and social life. It can conclude that students who have a high level of flexibility are more likely to join the gig economy. Our second objective of this study is to determine the effect of gaining income towards students in gig economy. The study has shown that the gain income is also a significant factor. It demonstrates that this aspect influences the students' reasoning to do gig economy. Gig economy provides essential financial support for students, helping them to manage the rising cost of tuition, textbook, and living expense, while also reducing the reliance on student loans and the long-term burden of debt. And finally, about skills development towards the student in gig economy. Study has shown that skills was met toward the strategy. Studies has shown that skills is discovered that it doesn't have a very significant impact on students joining gig economy. The technical skills such as graphic design, programming, and digital marketing open doors to those in demand in role, while transfer skills like communication, time management, and problem solving enable students to navigate client relationship, meet deadline, and tackle the challenge efficiently. Networking skills can help students build valuable connection that can lead to mentorship, long-term opportunities, and career development. Together, these skills not only can enhance students' gig economy experience, but also prepare them for a long-term success in a competitive professional landscape. However, the skills um, isn't as important reasoning as the other two we have discussed earlier. Now for the recommendation, we have three kind of recommendation for students, educator, and policymaker. Firstly, for students they must adapt a strategic approach starting with selecting the right gig. Students who align their gig work with their academic or career interests are more likely to gain valuable and transferable skills. And that balancing work and study is a very essential for maintaining academic performance while participating in the gig economy. And then and then we have the skill development, which is also a critical component. According to a report from the World Economic Forum, 94% of business leaders say they will hire candidates with skills such as digital literacy, communication, and problem solving, which are often gained through gig work. The recommendation for educators, we have the integrating gig economy insight into curriculum is a very vital first step. It shows that incorporating topics such as the gig economy, digital platforms, and freelance work into the relevant course can help students to understand its opportunities and challenges. For example, a studies by the Freelancer Union and Outlook found that 35% of the US workforce is engaged in freelance work, with these numbers expected to rise. Lastly, the recommendation for the policymaker. Firstly, to address this, we have to address the unique challenge faced by this demographic. We have to create a supportive framework. This can involve offering tax incentive or protection that can recognize the needs of gig workers. According to a report from the Economic Policy Institute, gig workers often lack benefits such as healthcare, paid leave, and retirement plans. And then we have the Promoting Financial Literacy program, which is crucial to empowering students to manage income from gig effectively. Studies shows that financial literacy directly impacts individual ability to manage fluctuating incomes and plan for the future. For example, the National Endowment for Financial Education reports that individuals with high levels of financial literacy are more likely to save and avoid debt. Lastly, the university should encourage research on gig economy impacts to better understand how it affects students' financial stability, academic performance, and skill development. A report by the International Labour Organization highlights that gig workers often experience income volatility, which can affect their ability to balance academic and work commitment. There are several limitations that can be addressed in this research. The first limitation is the limited number of independent variables analyzed, namely flexibility, gain income, and skills. Although these variables were properly chosen for their significance to the research aim, they represent just a small portion of the factors that could affect the outcomes under observation. So for future research should include a more independent variable for a deeper understanding. And then we have the challenges in obtaining respondent. It is very difficult to gather a sufficient response from the UiTM campus Bandaraya Melaka within the time frame. And throughout the gathering response, we have done so many stuff such as the online survey distribution via WhatsApp, Telegram, and Instagram, where it also had a limited reach and participation. There's also a few barriers, including student reluctance, lack of interest, and the internet connectivity issues. Well, lastly, we had to go for an in-person survey, and class representative distribution does help boosting our response number.